We jumped right over him.
Yeah, he jumped over. Is he hissing?
Yeah.
A very dusty sidewinder rattlesnake. Hey everybody, Jeff here. It is 10 p.m. on a Friday night and I am headed out to Florence to go get a sidewinder rattlesnake on a front porch, I believe. That is not a very common snake call for us, but I got about a 40-minute drive and excited to go get it. Let's see what we got going on over here. There it is. Little tiny one, huh? Okay. There you go. Easy enough. Easy enough.
I think so.
Yes. Was he just like just sitting there the whole time when you first saw it, or?
We were getting ready to go to bed, and I looked down like, oh, there's a snake right here.
Wisconsin. Best value styles are all inside WSS.
Hey everyone, I'm headed to a call on the other side of South Mountain, the baseline side. I was out in this neighborhood a few hours ago actually catching a Western Diamondback by a front door. But I guess a different house has a visitor as well, a rattlesnake coiled up by the front door. She said it's a little baby. So yeah, I'm actually here right now. I'm about to punch in the gate code. But yeah, sorry for my wet hair. I had to jump out of the shower and take this. It's about 10:30 at night now, so they're moving at night now.
He started to leave, so I said,
I
Jane,
shoved him back. See him?
Yep, I see him. Yeah, no, that's an adult.
it is an adult?
Yeah.
Is it an adult?
Yep. Your dog. Cute.
All right. We jumped right over him.
Yeah, he jumped over.
Was he further over?
Well, he was over there where the handle is, underneath that part of the door.
Yeah.
And he must have heard him hiss.
Is he hissing?
Yeah.
No, he's rattling.
That's an adult?
Yeah, that's an adult.
Really?
Yeah, they're not as, this is, I mean, he's a little smaller size, but he's an adult.
Can I take a picture
Yeah,
of the guy?
go for it, yeah.
Is it safe to do that?
Yeah, just don't get too close.
Are you kidding?
I'm actually in this neighborhood often. I was in here like 2 weeks ago, and then probably 2 weeks before that.
Paul is asking which rattlesnakes are going to be found in Coolidge and the surrounding area. So in Coolidge proper, you're probably not going to really see any rattlesnakes. The surrounding area is mostly agriculture, and rattlesnakes do not adapt well to that. As soon as something turns into big blocks of farm fields, rattlesnakes disappear. In the north end of Coolidge, there is some access to some native habitat still, and if you leave town and go up towards the Gila River, then of course there's going to be rattlesnakes. The ones that are there are primarily going to be Western Diamondbacks, Mojave rattlesnakes, and sidewinders. If you get into the mountains, you could see some other things, but if you're in Coolidge, or say you're a resident of Coolidge or in that zip code, that's generally what you're going to see, if anything at all. You will see a lot of gopher snakes and king snakes though, and ground snakes, and a lot of little things that do like farm fields.
Little Western Diamondback here. So this wasn't too far from the one I got earlier. It's a few houses away. Just want water and food, huh? I know, I understand. But you gotta go back in here just so I know you're safe. Forward. Okay. See, bud. Alright, so I learned something new about this little community here. So this community is like 3 years old and it's right on South Mountain, but I guess it used to be a golf course. So that's probably another reason why they get so many snakes, because the snakes were used to going to the golf course to get water and food, and now they're all homes, but there's still a lot of water and food. So I guess gotta get used to the wildlife that used to live in the area, you know?
So sometimes, as you can imagine, it can get a little bit spooky out here in the middle of the night in the desert while releasing a rattlesnake. But you know, all right, so sidewinders really like this bushy stuff out in the flat desert like this. There's a lot of little holes and things that they can hang out in to escape into. There's our little friend there. A very dusty Sonoran sidewinder rattlesnake. So you can see why they call them sidewinder rattlesnakes, because of the way they're moving sideways. And in sandy, flat environments like that, that's actually the most effective way for a rattlesnake to move across that substrate. It's kind of like an army crawl. And in habitats where it's particularly sandy, it's a lot easier to just kind of like move across that sand by sidewinding than it is slithering. As you can see, he's going up there. So there's a lot of nice little holes in there that I'm going to let him go into for the night. So sidewinder rattlesnakes are actually one of the least common rattlesnake species that we get for removals. So they're very, very specific in the habitat that they live in. They like this like sand flat type habitat. They aren't really adaptable to urbanization. Diamondbacks and things like that, gopher snakes, they can do pretty well actually if they're left alone in urban environments. They eat rats and rodents and things that are also adaptable to neighborhoods, but sidewinders aren't. They eat a specific type of mouse that lives in the flat desert. They eat specific types of lizards that live in the flat desert. And if they don't have that environment, they really don't do well and they die out. This happened because there was development just next door. There were literally properties excavated next door where there was that flat desert, and that thing was all caked in mud like it had been buried, and then it got out and was all disoriented. That's how it found itself on a back porch. So anyway, I am going to get out of this creepy, dark desert in the middle of the night and go home. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and we will see you again on the next one.